It's been 3 days. All the Nigerians at that border have not been cleared yet, for reasons best known to the Egyptian government. All high-level consultations are ongoing, and I have every reason to believe that it will be positive. They have their concerns, and we have our concerns. Our concerns is to bring our people to safety, and their concern, which we do not know yet, is to protect their country.
As Nigerians expressed concern about stranded students in Sudan, the federal government announced that another batch of 31 buses has begun transporting students and other nationals out of the Warsaw country. Nasir Sani Gwanzo, the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, and the chairman of the situation room established to coordinate the evacuation, gave the assurance at the media briefing in Abuja on Sunday. According to Nasir Sani Gwanzo, all available resources, including coordination with international organizations, are being utilized to secure the safe passage of refugees to Aswan, where they will be evacuated. Sani Gwanzo provided an update on the progress and problems in evacuating the stranded Nigerians, saying President Muhammadu Buhari and other stakeholders are making appropriate calls.
So far, we have been able to move 637 out of Khartoum directly by the federal government to the port of Aswan or its axis in various locations and that place. We have people that have arrived the border of Sudan called Wadi Halfa. We have people that have arrived Arkim, and the Nigerian embassy in Cairo in Egypt has made arrangements to receive this 637, out of which they were able to clear 420. But the Egyptian authorities have not so far cleared them to move into Egypt. The reason is the border arrangements in those locations are different from the usual border arrangements we are used to in West Africa. You need a visa, you need to pay a fee to exit a country, and you need to pay a fee to enter a new country. What the Sudanese border is asking Nigerians to pay is equivalent to $8 for exit, and equivalent for the Egyptian government is asking per evacuated citizens is $25. It's not the money that matters, it's the permission. We delayed them for 3 reasons. We were in a dilemma of what to do. Now that we have sent the first batch to Egypt, it is 4 days in the Egyptian border. Nobody has been allowed entry, not a single person. Should we continue to amass people in that border? Do you know what border means in those desert areas? It means there is no housing, no accommodation. What the pictures you see are small villages where there is no roof. The tree is where some of them perch. Do we send 2,000 people, 3,000 people, 30 buses to amass in Egypt? So we waited to recalculate.
While responding to journalists' questions, he clarified the controversy surrounding the non-payment of drivers, which hampered the movement of stranded students from Khartoum to Egypt.
Let me set a background. Sudan naturally does not have a banking system that is international. So you don't transfer money from Nigeria to Sudan or from anywhere in the world to Sudan. They rely heavily on the issue of money transfer. They rely heavily on whom you know and whom you can trust and who can vouch in for you to do so. When we received this, when we started this work, we now arranged with the people of Sudan, the relevant agencies through our mission, through our contacts. And let me ask you a question. If in Nigeria you say you are giving somebody deposit for an assignment, what does it mean? It means you calculate the total sum and give a percentage. So we paid a deposit. As soon as they received the deposit for 40 vehicles, they calculated exactly the amount we gave and that is 13 point something vehicles with an extra about some thousands of dollars. They now stopped at 13. They gave us 13 vehicles. I will come to you. Don't be eager to ask questions. They gave us 13 vehicles and closed the matter. All efforts to get them moved, they said, no, that is deposit. Give us another deposit. And that is not the language. We were speaking two different languages. Now that we understood their language, we have decided to pay everything.
As a result, he urged Nigerians to be calm and patient, saying the government will use the extension of 72-hour ceasefire to secure their evacuation.
We are tracking every Nigerian that is in those locations. We are aware of the pains and the difficulties that people are facing. However, we are appealing to the public, especially those directly involved, the students and the Nigerians that are in Khartoum trying to be evacuated, and the parents and relatives of those Nigerians that are trying to be evacuated, to remain calm and exercise patience. Some negative discussions, some negative publicity can be very harmful, and there is a limit to what we can say we are doing, because some of it borders on security. Some of it borders on even heavier implications. And that is why we are very mindful of what to say and how to say it.
Furthermore, the Nigerian ambassador to Sudan, Safi Olaniyi, stated that the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Disaster Management and the National Emergency Management Agency are responsible for arranging the evacuation process for Nigerians stranded in Sudan. The ambassador urged people who were upset not to take action against embassy personnel, underlying that they were all vulnerable in the war-torn country. He informed them that all attempts were being made to address the situation, including efforts to persuade the Egyptian authority to let Nigeria fleeing Sudan transit through their country and be flown back home. Lamenting that Nigerian students had been stranded on Sudanese streets, Olaniyi appealed for calm, explaining that the Nigerian embassy in Sudan was not hiring buses to evacuate the students.